10,323 or 10,323. Most households in Tripura are familiar with this digit. This is the number of teachers in the state now jobless after a Supreme Court verdict.
Since 2014 that a group of teachers popularly known as 10,323 or 10,323 are fighting a legal battle for their livelihood since the Tripura High Court terminated their job on finding irregularities in their recruitment process. Their hopes came crashing down after the Supreme Court of India granted them age relaxation for alternative job recruitment of around 9,000 teachers of this 10,323 that will lead to a massive salary cut down.
28-year-old Jayant Bonik is the sole bread earner for a family of 5. He provides tuitions to children in his neighborhood in order to support his family. Jayant is hopeful that the state government will help.
मेरा घर में 5 सदस्य है। मैं एक ही लौता कमाने वाला हूँ। तो सोर्स ऑफ इनकम जो था मेरा वो सिर्फ एक ही नौकरी था। तो अभी मैं बहुत कष्ट में चल रहा हूँ। मैं अभी 2 ट्यूशन कर रहा हूँ, उसके बाद थोड़ा घर में सब्जी चाष कर रहा हूँ। तो ऐसे ही मेरा अभी गुजारा चल रहा है। जो मेरा एक ही विनम्र अनुरोध रहेगा हमारे मुख्यमंत्री माननीय चीफ मिनिस्टर से कि हम लोग को जैसे भी करके हम लोग को सर्वाइव कीजिए सर। हम लोग को एक जो मतलब जैसे भी करके हम लोग सर्वाइव कर पाऊँ।
Once a teacher, Samar Das has now turned into a vegetable vendor to support his family and fund his child's education.
বর্তমানে আমি চাকরি পাওয়ার পরে রাস্তা মাথায় আমি বাড়ি করছি চাকরির সুবাদে ছেলেকে ভালো একটা স্কুলে পড়াশোনা করার জন্য এখানে আমি আসা ফিউচার স্টেম করার জন্য। আমি 2010-21 মে আমি চাকরি পেয়েছি পোস্ট গ্রাজুয়েট মানে গ্রাজুয়েট টিচার হিসেবে। আমি দীর্ঘ 10 বছর চাকরি করছি। আমার ছেলে একজন বর্তমানে ইংলিশ মিডিয়ামে ক্লাস 9-এ পড়ে। এখন আমার চাকরি নেই। সংসার প্রতিপালন করার জন্য আমার খুবই অসুবিধা। তাদের সংসার চালানোর জন্য আমি এই পথ এই জিনিস আমার সংসার চলে না। কী করে সংসার প্রতিপালন করবো? আমরা একটা শরীর নেই, আলাদা কোনো ইনকাম নাই এবং কোনো অ্যাসেট নাই। বাধ্য হয়ে আমি এটা
Das strongly believes that he is a victim of political conspiracy and is paying for someone else's deeds.
আমরা তো পুরোটাই রাজনৈতিক চাল আমরা যা বুঝতেছি। প্রথমে কংগ্রেস আমলে আমাদেরকে দায়ী কে কী কীভাবে করছে আমরা বুঝি না। আমরা পুরোটাই আমরা রাজনৈতিক চালের মধ্যে পড়েছি। এখন সুপ্রিম কোর্ট আমাদের যদি যে রায় দিয়েছে সেই রায় আমরা মাথা পেতে নিয়েছি এবং সরকার যদি আমাদের অন্য সংস্থার একটু ব্যবস্থা করে আমাদের সংসার বউ বাচ্চা নিয়ে যাতে সুন্দরভাবে চলতে পারি সেই ব্যবস্থা যদি সরকার করে আমরা খুবই উপকৃত হব। এবং সরকারের কাছে দাবি আমার এই অবস্থা দেখে যদি সরকার করে তাহলে আমরা খুব সুখ।
Over 60 teachers lost their lives in last 5 years, torn between a tough legal war and a constant battle to provide for their families. They gave up. Some allegedly committed suicide, but as per reports, most of them died due to heart disease triggered by stress and trauma.
Anindita Das's child was just 8 months old when she lost her husband last year. Since the demise of her husband, Anindita has been dependent on her father's pension, who is a retired Group D employee.
2016-তে আমার বিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে। বাবা তো সরকারি চাকরি দেখে সেটা শিক্ষক, ছেলে ভালো বিয়ে দিচ্ছে। তারপর দেখা গেল কি যে কিছুদিন পরে এটার একটা কেস হয়েছে, পরবর্তী সময়ে কেস হয়েছে। তো হের চাকরির হ্যাঁ ও 10,323-এর মধ্যে পড়ছে। তারপর এটি নিয়ে হের এই চাকরির স্যালারিতেই আমার সংসার চলতো। হ্যাঁ ওইদিকে এক ছেলে। তারপর আমার মানে এমনি মানে খুব কষ্ট করে, তবু স্যালারিও কম ছিল, তবু যেমনি তেমনি চলে যেত। তবু তো একটা প্রত্যেক মাসে একটা ইনকাম সোর্স আসছিল। তারপর আমার এক ছেলে হয়েছে। তারপর তো ছেলে হওয়ার ঠিক 8 মাস পরেই হঠাৎ একদিন চাকরি নিয়ে সবসময় টেনশন করতো, খুব টেনশন করতো সবসময়। হঠাৎ একদিন জ্বর হয়েছে, দুর্গাপূজার পরটাতেই জ্বর হয়েছে। পরে কিছুদিন আসিল, 5-6 দিন। তারপর এখানে এসে ডাক্তার দেখাইছি। পরের দিন আমরা সব ব্লাড টেস্ট করামো। রাত্রেবেলায় শ্বাসকষ্ট মতো হয়েছে, সঙ্গে সঙ্গে হাঁপানিয়া নিছে, হাঁপানিয়ার থেকে জিবি রেফার করছে। হাঁপানিয়া ট্রিটমেন্টও করতে পারছি না, মারা গেছে, বেডেই মারা গেছে।
Her father, Kalibhadra Das, is worried and struggling to make ends meet. His only goal in life is to see his daughter have a secured future.
আমি একটা সাধারণ চাকরি করতাম গ্রুপ ডি পোস্টে। তাই আমি অল্প কিছু একটা পেনশন পাই। এই পেনশন দিয়া আমরা আছি 3 জন। এবারটা ওখানে আমার মেয়ে উপরে বসে, এর বাচ্চা আছে একটা। কিন্তু আমার মানে ভীষণ খারাপ, আমি চলতেই পারি না। এই বেলার ব্যবস্থা নেই। এবং বিশেষ করে একটা বাচ্চার কষ্ট তো আমরা বড়রা থেকেও কষ্ট বেশি। কিন্তু আমি খুব কষ্ট হইতেছে। আমি যদি একটা ভালো মন্দ কিছু দেখতাম তাহলে আমার মানে একটু ভালো হইতো আর কি। যেন আমি মৃত্যু হইলেও যে আমি তার একটা জায়গাতে গিয়ে পড়ছে, একটা চিঠিশীল দেখতো। কিন্তু আমার অবস্থা খুবই খারাপ, আর পারতাছি না।
Vijay Krishna Shaha, one of the terminated teachers, says that the 2014 judgment by the High Court was misinterpreted by the government, and despite several attempts, they did not get a clear answer.
ये जो जजमेंट निकला था 2014 साल में, उसमें 10,323 टीचर का कहीं पे भी मेंशन नहीं किया गया था। 127 नंबर पैरा में उस जजमेंट में एकदम क्लियर कट बोल दिया गया था किसका नौकरी जाना चाहिए, किसका नहीं जाना चाहिए। लेकिन उस समय का जो ऑफिसर लोग थे उस जजमेंट को ठीक से पढ़ा नहीं पढ़ के इस 10,323 टीचर को निकाल दिया। वो जो प्रॉब्लम है, वो प्रॉब्लम हम पहले त्रिपुरा हाई कोर्ट में गए थे, वहाँ पे भी हमको सही ढंग से उत्तर नहीं मिला है कि 127 पैरा का मीनिंग क्या है, इसका क्लियरिफिकेशन हमको दो। ये जो 127 पैरा का जो मीनिंग है, हमारे हिसाब से वहाँ पे करीब 200 से 250 लोगों का नौकरी जाना चाहिए था। लेकिन गवर्नमेंट ने उस जजमेंट को मिस इंटरप्रेट करके हम लोगों को 10,323 टीचर को निकाल दिया।
Paragraph 127 of the High Court judgment reads, "Since we have set aside the revised employment policy which applies to a large category of posts and not merely to teachers, we would like to make it clear that our judgment shall be prospective in nature and shall not affect the appointments already made unless the said appointments are already under challenge before the court on the ground that the employment policy is legal." Advocate Raghunath Mukherjee, however, says that there were 58 petitions filed against the recruitment policy, and a paragraph cannot be separated from an entire judgment.
So you cannot separate a particular para in a judgment. You cannot do this. And if I, for the argument's sake, if I say that the 127, what para 127 said in para 127 court discussed that the recruitment policy is illegal and it would be a prospective effect, and in respect of this illegal recruitment policy, if anybody challenge this recruitment policy in respect of other job, other appointment, then it would be treated as illegal. Since there were 58 petitions before the court, in respect of 58 petitions in respect of appointment of GT, PGT, that these appointments are illegal. The division bench of the High Court has stated in his judgment dated 5th May 2014, and there is no scope to consider this terminated teacher in respect of a particular para 127 para.
These teachers were appointed in different phases from 2009 to 2014 by the then Left Front government. However, the recruitment was challenged and the Tripura High Court in 2014 terminated their services, citing that the selection was contrary to the provisions of the National Council for Teacher Education Act 1993.
The Left Front government moved the Supreme Court against the order. However, the Apex Court upheld the verdict of Tripura High Court in March 31, 2017. The teachers were declared retired after December 31, 2017. They were, however, later appointed on ad hoc basis. After the BJP-IPFT government came into power, it had appealed to the Supreme Court, which granted them one-time final extension till March 31, 2020.
In the past few years, the teachers also got divided into three different groups. Amra 10,323, meaning us 10,323, All Tripura Victimized 10,323, and the All Tripura 10,323 Ad Hoc Teachers Employees Organization. However, the number of terminated teachers have now come down to 8,882 after around 1,400 of the 10,323 teachers applied and have been recruited for jobs in other departments of the government after their term of employment expired on March 31st. But the remaining 8,882 terminated teachers continue their struggle. Earlier this year, the opposition staged a protest on the first day of the budget session of the Assembly. Former Member of Parliament and CPIM leader Jitendra Chaudhary alleges that the ruling BJP have now disowned the 10,323 teachers despite their poll promises of reinstating them to their jobs, which was also one of the prime agendas of the 2018 elections.
Now the present Chief Minister of Tripura, who that time he was the President of State BJP, and that time their observer here, Sunil Deodar, they went to the Dharna Manch of the 10,023 and categorically assured them, if BJP is voted to power, if necessarily they will amend the certain provisions of the constitution that court cannot be intervened to that, and by any means their service will be reinstated, their service security will be ensured. Not only that, not only the 323, along with them, the other cases, all the part-time appointees, the Sarva Shiksha Abhijan, then the under the MNREGA, under the National Health Mission, and there are thousands of other contingencies and DRW, etc. In one stroke, all these staff or employees, semi-permanent or temporary or contract basis, they will be made regular. But now 30 months has been elapsed. What do we see? This government now totally is disowning the case of the 10,023, 323 and others.
He also mentioned that the matter played a crucial role in the change of power in the state. Human rights activists are also of the opinion that government should do something for the teachers on humanitarian grounds. Purushottam Roy Burman said that when political parties are not in power, they shout assurances, and the current government can easily create posts to rehabilitate them.
Government should come forward, present government, with a formula on the humanitarian ground so that they can be accommodated. They can be provided with some sort of employment. And not only that, this government, when they were not in power, they dished out assurance that if they come to power, they will make provision for 10,000 teachers who have lost their job. And there is no bar. And earlier government also created near about 10,000 posts for providing them with employment. And that was against their challenge was made to the Supreme Court. Initially, Supreme Court granted a stay order. For this reason, the earlier government could not pursue the matter. But after that, Supreme Court has vacated the stay. So there is no bar. There are posts are also there. So I think state government should do something immediately because every day we are coming through sad news that some teachers are either they are committing suicide or they are dying out of starvation or out of something.
Meanwhile, the government is keen on going to the root cause of the matter. An inquiry commission has also been formed in order to identify the irregularities. The state's education minister holds the CPIM guilty of the condition of the teachers.
PM is a political victim. Already Supreme Court categorically mentioned, and in our view, Supreme Court has in their judgment, in our view, considering the fact that the very selection and appointments are found to be illegal and invalid, then why they done it? They have got no fault. Fault is the CPIM ruling, CPIM the then party in power. Why they selected? Categorically mentioned, it is not the, they have got no fault, as because those who are 10,003 to 3, they have got no fault. Fault is this, the then left government. And due to this, we form a inquiry commission. You know, in the floor of the assembly, our chief minister already categorically mentioned, we are forming the inquiry commission. Already inquiry commission formed. So they are guilty. It is clear they are guilty, and something behind it. How they have selected like this? They have engaged them by under which direction? Who is the leader? Who is the culprit in this matter? I don't know. Without decision of the inquiry commission, we can't say anything. But I can assure you, 10,323 are not only problem. Other problem also is there.
The Supreme Court of India, in its verdict, has permitted the Tripura government with age relaxation and opportunity to the terminated teachers till 31st March 2023 to get selected in the post of teacher, and who are unsuccessful in such attempt may retain their alternative employment. However, on September 22nd, the State Cabinet gave its note to formulate a policy to provide alternative job recruitment to the terminated 10,323 teachers in Group C and Group D vacancies of various government departments or through outsourcing. But whether or not this teacher will take up the jobs, only time will tell.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to East Mojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.